All right, so hello everybody. I'm Robin here with Canadian Essential Oils, and I'm here with Lindsay Hooten from Essentially Pumped, and with Heather Fairley with Fairley Essential. And so we are here today to talk about doTerra's top 10 oils. So not only are these likely the best seller of oils, not necessarily the best sellers, but of the oils, but they're top 10 for a reason, with the idea that if you have these 10 oils in your home and you only have these 10 oils in your home, you can do a lot of stuff with your health and your oil journey. So many oils have multitude of uses and can be, if you don't have one, you can interchange it with the other. So these top 10 oils give you a really great kind of base to start and do a lot of things to create a really good kind of natural base in your home. So anything to add, ladies, or should we just jump in?
I think ready.
No, we're good.
Okay. All right, so I am going to drop in, I'm going to get started here then with the king of oils. We might as well start with a big bang. So I've got here, the camera might be backwards, so you may not be able to read it, but I've got some frankincense here. So frankincense is actually nicknamed the king of oils. Well, actually, it's actually a nickname, Frank. But so frankincense is the king of oils. So we all have likely heard about frankincense early on in our childhood, as it was brought to baby Jesus from one of the three wise men. So it's called the king of oils with the idea that there's actually two really kind of universal oils, frankincense being one of them, with the idea that when in doubt, use frankincense. So if you don't know what you need, whether that be emotionally, and that's me, I never really know what I need emotionally. So whether it be emotionally or physically, right? If you're like, I've got a burn, I've got a sore, I've got swelling, whatever it be, and I actually don't know what to use frankincense. So when in doubt, use frankincense. It's really universal that way. It's really studied worldwide. It's got a lot of studies about it and regarding it, kind of what frankincense oil can do, and then what frankincense resin can do, which is a bit of a different thing. So I'm just kind of going over some stuff on the doTerra site as well, that it can really support healthy cellular functions. The aroma will actually promote feelings of relaxation. It'll help reduce the appearance of skin imperfections when applied topically. And actually earlier today, both Lindsay and Heather were just talking about using frankincense with their moisturizers or as a moisturizer, and that their skin is like phenomenal. So that's pretty cool. And that it can support healthy immune systems, nervous systems, digestive systems, all of those when it's taken internally. So yeah, you can inhale it, you can diffuse it. In the States, it's approved to take internally. You know, it can give you kind of an overall feeling of peace, satisfaction, and wellness. And like I said, this one is a big one, kind of, I put it in every blend. It's a really powerful oil. I put it in every blend. I make a lot of kind of thyroid blends for my own, you know, that's part of my journey is my thyroid. So energizing blends, balancing blends, anything like this, it kind of all goes in my, this is a go-to in my roller ball, in my roller blends. And because it's really universal, it's really powerful. And like I said, if it's just a single oil and I'm looking for something and I don't know what to use, this is the one that I turn to. It's a real powerhouse. So there is a brief introduction on frankincense.
Nice.
All right, there we go.
I wanted to share, again, one of my favorite oils, and it's probably used almost daily in our household, and it's peppermint, if you can see that. So yeah, peppermint is amazing. Again, we use it from, you know, especially like tummy issues. If you have tummy issues, you can add it into a glass of water. And I actually wanted to show something super cool with peppermint. So just to show you the versatility of peppermint and how one drop goes a really long way. And one drop is actually only 10 cents if you break down the cost of the bottle. So one drop in your hand. So peppermint can be used internally. So it's gonna dip my finger in and press it to the roof of my mouth. So it's super refreshing, can again help with digestive issues, tummy issues, motion sickness, gassy, bloating, so big rich dinners, definitely. Peppermint is super helpful for that. Again, in our house, we use a lot for topically. I have neck issues. My husband has neck issues. We get headaches. So you can rub them together, your hands. Oh, and before you do that, aromatically, obviously, but taking in a big deep breath peppermint is really great for energy boost. It's good for focus, mental clarity. So if you're in the afternoon, if you feel like a little bit of a slump and you need a little bit of a kick, I often use peppermint just before a workout, give myself a nice big whiff in, and it works like a charm. But on our neck issues, if you've got tension, to be able to like rub your neck, your shoulders, a little bit on your temples will help relieve tension, headaches, or rubbing it on your hairline feels fantastic too. You just don't want to get it too close to your eyes because it can burn a little bit. But yeah, definitely peppermint's one of my favorite go-to oils as well.
Awesome.
Cool.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to jump right in because I don't want to forget all of the awesome things I brought to show you guys today. So I'm going to first talk about On Guard. This is, I think, one of everybody's absolute favorite oils, for real. I don't know a single person who doesn't love On Guard. This is a protective blend. Some people call it the immunity blend. It just depends on what you want to call it. It does both. So On Guard is really great for supporting your immunity. It's also really great for supporting healthy cardiovascular function. You can take it a couple of ways actually for your immunity support. You can do it a proactive way. So you can take a drop of On Guard every day to just build up your immunity while you're not fighting off anything. Or you can take it when you feel those seasonal threats are getting at you. You can take it to help get rid of all the yuckies when you have them. So On Guard also, you can diffuse it. If someone comes to your house and they're gross and sick, you diffuse it right away and it'll help clear your air and help keep you safe from those seasonal threats. You, like I said, can take it internally, and you don't really do this one topically, but you can. Actually you do. A lot of people will put it in a roller and apply it to the bottom of their feet, on your back, and that's a really great way for you to give it to your children, is topically. I don't really do it a whole lot topically myself, but I think, Robin, you do quite a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I use actually the On Guard with my daughter and the frankincense. I use about 3 to 5 drops of each of those in a roller bottle with coconut oil and the bottoms of the feet just daily, twice a day, especially this time of year.
Wow.
Which is fantastic. Yeah. I just love ingesting it myself. I find that I just love the way it tastes, and I love the way it smells. And if I could brush my teeth, I love the way it smells too. And I do. So I want to also tell you about On Guard in the way that they've incorporated it into a lot of household products. Because On Guard is a really great immunity blend, doTerra has made it a lot of their cleaning products because it is a really, really fantastic way to clean all of your environment. So a little fun fact that we learned, there's a special video out there that they've done a lot of testing on Guard. If you, for example, clean your house with bleach, bacteria will regrow within 48 hours. If you clean your surfaces with an On Guard cleaner, it can actually take up to a week for that bacteria to regrow in your house. So very cool. If you don't want to take On Guard internally, but you want to have the added benefits and you don't want to do a roller ball and you just want another avenue to get it into your body, toothpaste. I use this for my normal toothpaste and it's absolutely fantastic and it tastes delicious. You also can do the On Guard beadlets. So these are fun little quarter drops that's good for on the go. You don't want really your oil to open in your purse, but if you want to take a little beelet, I'll just take 2 right now. They pop kind of like roe, like sushi, little fish eggs in your mouth. They're delicious. So those are the internal ways to take it. You can also take a throat lozenge. I'm like so obsessed with On Guard. I have every single product. These I share with all the guys at my work when they aren't feeling well, and they all are just blown away by how well these lozenges help for a dry, scratchy throat. Some of you know me, and I'm really about getting rid of the toxic load in my house because we're fighting issues regarding pneumonia and just different things. So we wanted to get rid of all of the toxic chemicals in our home. And with that, we've turned to the On Guard line of cleaning products. And so here's an example. This is the laundry soap that we use. It smells amazing. It's up to 64 loads. It's 6 times concentrate. We also use the On Guard cleaner. You can get this, and this is concentrate cleaner.
I love the On Guard cleaner.
Yes.
It's one of my like all-time favorites. I just use it for everything.
And I wish you guys could smell this because it smells so nice. And really, it's so easy to use. It says on the side of the bottle how you mix it with water to make your own cleaner because it is so concentrated. And lastly, on the On Guard, I wanted to mention hand soap. You can buy concentrated hand soap that I keep at every sink in my house. You know that your hands are clean. And I've heard lots of moms love this, especially because when you send your kiddo into the bathroom and they come out and it's always the whole, did you wash your hands? Yes, you can smell. This will stay on their hands and you can smell their little hands and know if they really did wash their hands or not. And I've heard a lot of moms really think that's exciting. And it comes in this bottle, which is actually quite large. And I originally thought I would fill the pump fully up to the top with this and use it that way, but you only have to put about a quarter full of the concentrated cleaner and the rest water and give it a little shake, and it lasts so long. It's such a good bang for your buck. It's amazing. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, so On Guard has a lot of products associated with it because it is such a huge, big oil in the company. But yeah, just the oil itself. I remember being really scared to diffuse it when I first got it because I was like, oh, I don't know what it's going to smell like and blah, blah. And I'm just so in love with the scent. I mean, I diffuse it all winter long just to really give us you know, to kind of clean the air in my home, but give us a fighting chance to not get sick. And really, knock on wood, we don't. But yeah, their products are cleaning my shower with the doTerra concentrate. I'm like, I used to not be able to breathe and I would gag and I would feel really really yucky cleaning my shower, kind of that enclosed space. And, you know, not that I necessarily want to be, you know, huffing in my cleaners, but I also don't have to like hold my breath and feel horrible when I'm cleaning my house, which is pretty awesome.
Another awesome thing about using the On Guard cleaner for your shower, for example, when you're using a traditional household cleaner that we all grew up with, it was the norm for us, not only after you've cleaned your tub with that cleaner, as soon as you have a hot shower, you're diffusing all those chemicals back into your system. So it's not even in the cleaning of it, which it is, but it's also in your whole family having a hot shower in that tub after it's been cleaned. They're diffusing chemicals into your bodies.
They're continuing,
Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Heather. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a biggie. That's, you know, if there is going to be a handful of oils, very few oils in my house, I'm going to have that. And I literally just ran out of it and I feel a bit of a panic. So, because yeah, that's one that I always have. Okay, so I'm going to jump into Zen Gest. So this is our Canadian version of Digest Zen, which is all things kind of tummy tamer. So we're all on a journey of learning. It was actually Lindsay that kind of really introduced me to this. I think she's either on her way home, or either on her way to a party, or maybe on her way home and a little hungover. I'm not sure exactly how that's going. Or both. There we go. You know, that she was like, put this in a glass and take a shot. And this was one of the oils that, you know, I have a lot of oils, and so I don't, you know all of them and what they offer. And since I've started using this, it is my go-to. I can't believe that I let it sit in my box for months and potentially a year and didn't really know what to do with it. I've given it to people at work when their tummy is upset because it's in part of my little like keychain little oils. And so people at work will say, oh, my tummy's upset. And I'm like, here's an oil. And they're like, what do I do with it? And I'm like, I don't know, rub it on your tummy. And which you can do. But now that I've tried it internally, like I can't even get over how this wasn't part of my like top 5 oils in my house. So company, holidays, whatever it be, where there is a time that you are imbibing a little too much food or different foods, I have a system that kind of like when I go out of my own kitchen, my tummy just doesn't really like me. So my tummy is really kind of used to my own stuff, I guess. So whether your stomach is upset because you're sick, you have the flu, Chris woke up the other day really nauseous in the middle of the night, didn't know why, had a shot of this. Not only like he couldn't sleep prior, and I mean he was just off to la la land within minutes because his stomach was completely settled, and that was what was keeping him up. So for me, you know, whether it's you eat too much, or like I was saying, you know, you're sick and you don't know why, something's got your tummy kind of, you're just feeling a little yucky, take a shot of this. Put literally 1 shot in water. I put, you know, just literally kind of a shot of water in a glass. So I just kind of do it in a shot form, however you want to take it. But it gives me instant relief. Like I said, I can't believe that I didn't start using this sooner and that I've had it in my collection and just kind of sat there because this oil continually blows my mind. Yeah, so really, and you know, it tastes really licoricey. So I was just looking here earlier. If you kind of, so a lot of your oils, if it doesn't say right on there, if there's too much information, there will be a kind of like an arrow with a flap and you can open them up and they've got extra information in there. So, which is what I did with this bottle. And this oil has ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel oil. And that's it. That's all it has in there, nothing else. And it kind of tastes like that, right? And I mean, I remember back in the day, my parents were kind of hippies. And so in the 80s and 90s, like I knew, or I was taught that, you know, what licorice settles an upset tummy, fennel, you know, settles an upset tummy. And the fact that it's this plus more in this oil, you know, it's the ancient remedies that have been around for generations that we've gotten away from in our, you know, highly sterilized, highly produced world. This is kind of getting back to roots of, you know, what we used to do back in the day when things were real and simple. So yeah, so then topically, I think it was Heather telling me that you can use this for sinuses. Was that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's our tummy blend. Heather uses it on the side of your nose.
Yep. So you would just put a drop between both fingers, just right over your sinuses right here. And I don't know how, because it's supposed to be all things digestive, but it will drain your sinuses when you have head congestion. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Heather just taught me that. That's really kind of incredible. And then just last night, actually, I have a girlfriend that has a really tough ear ache, like ear infection, inner ear infection that she is just having a heck of a time with. And so I've actually done some reading and Zengest or Digest Zen, kind of in behind the ear. And then down the neck, if you just kind of rub that in behind the ear and down the neck for an ear infection, it's just supposed to really kind of like open everything up and release it, kind of like the sinuses that Heather was just talking about. So ear infections, tummy problems, sinus problems, you know, aromatically as well. It's got some pretty, you know, they suggest, you know, diffusing it on a road trip for potentially any little stomach issues that you might get, or that if your kids have some uncomfort with that. So there's lots of ways to use it besides just digestive. But even if you're just looking for something, some help digestion-wise, which I've always, not always, but lately I have a lot of digestion issues. And so this alone is worth its weight. The fact that it does, you know, a whole host of other things is just a bonus. So there you go. There's some Zenja.
Nice. So one of our next oils, which again, mine, I have just a couple drops left, is lavender. So lavender is amazing. It's super calming, very relaxing. And at night, I diffuse lavender nightly in my bedroom for just to help me promote a good night's sleep. And my daughter, when she can get pretty keyed up, pretty wound up, I use lavender mixed with coconut oil, and I'll quite often before bed just give her a nice relaxing back massage or do her feet, just to help her like wind down and settle. And I myself as well too. So my nighttime routine, because I'm known for being a little bit of an insomniac and having some anxiety, I've built it right into my nightly routine, and a couple drops on the bottom of my feet rubbed in with some oil just promotes a really good night's sleep. Or I'll drop a drop or two on my wrist and rub them together and inhale, and you can do that any time of the day too. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit of calming, sort of grounding, bit of stress relief, definitely lavender is a really great go-to. And if you want like the most amazing bath of your life, is Epsom salts. Mix about 3 to 5 drops of lavender in with the Epsom salt and pour it into a nice hot bath. At least 15-20 minutes soak in there, and it's pure heaven. So definitely lavender is amazing. I thankfully have not burned myself, but I do know that Robin has told me that lavender works miraculously for healing burns. So I can't speak to that directly, but I have heard from people that lavender is marvelous for treating burns.
And actually I was just going to add here quickly. When I was talking about frankincense, when I said there's kind of 2 oils where it's like when in doubt, lavender's the other one. So if you don't know what to turn to and you have a bottle of tested grade lavender in your house, you take that baby internally, you put it on your skin, you cuff it in, you whatever it be, it's safe for all applications. And like frankincense, it'll kind of do what it needs to do. So it's a really universal oil that way. It's the whole kind of like, when in doubt, use frankincense or use lavender. And firsthand, I did have a burn that was like my skin turned white immediately. I was going to have a doozy of a blister the next day, all of that. And I layered both of those oils, so frankincense and then lavender, multiple times a day, every day. It never blistered. It never did anything but heal. And what should have been, there's a tiny mark in my skin, but you could you wouldn't be able to see it unless you might not even be able to see it even if I showed it to you. So, left no scar, which had I left it alone, I don't even know what would have happened. So lavender is, it's pretty awesome. And one thing I also wanted to mention too is that lavender is an oil that I really disliked. Like over the years, I've had anxiety. I really disliked it. My mom would give it to me to, put it on the light warmers when we would have those light ring warmers and whatever it be. And I hated lavender until I met doTerra's lavender. So I don't know what was in the other lavenders that were just kind of the aromatherapy lavenders that I was given, but they would upset my tummy. They smelled off. They just didn't sit well with me. And there really is something different about doTerra's oil and how my body reacts to it.
I don't leave home without my lavender when I go away and I'm staying in different places and I'm worried about, I wonder if I'll be able to sleep in this bed. I got myself like a little travel diffuser that's like no bigger than a coffee cup, and I can take it with me, and you can even put it in your cup holder in your car too. So on a long drive, if you want to mellow out, the two go together perfect.
Yeah. Or maybe put some wild orange in there to keep you awake, but whatever. Okay. Are we moving on, or were you going to say something, Heather?
I just wanted to mention lavender is known as being all things calming. So that's for your emotions and your body too. Anything angry and red on your body, lavender will help with that. It'll calm skin. It'll calm emotions. So a sunburn a body burn, like I'm like Robin, I burnt myself quite badly lately because we got a new wood stove and the door's a lot smaller than I'm used to, and I've actually burned myself pretty badly, and I didn't blister. It would have been a 2nd-degree burn for sure, that ended up not blistering. And even if you have acne that's quite red and sore, lavender will definitely help reduce the swelling and the pain of that outbreak too. So it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually, those are my mantras about lavender is when in doubt, use lavender, and all things calming is that, you know, when I think about my mood, but it's that way with your skin as well. It's pretty incredible. So yeah, some of these top oils, we could have our own class, and maybe we will about them because they're so powerful and they're so awesome. Okay, Heather.
So we'll move on then. Yeah, so I want to talk about Deep Blue next. Deep Blue is, you can get in a larger bottle, but generally when you get it in an aroma kit, it comes in a 5 ml bottle. And Deep Blue also is one of the ones that's really important to my family. When I was talking about On Guard, I didn't mention it took a little bit to win my husband over. And it was On Guard and Deep Blue that he works at camp. He packs these two back and forth with him every 2 weeks, and he uses them both daily. And he will put in an order. So for a burly, rough guy who didn't believe in anything except, you know, I would be the dutiful wife, would be like, oh, can I get you a pill? Can I do this? And actually Deep Blue, I still do that, but it's nice because then I can massage it into his sore spots, and then that's a nice little treat too. But Deep Blue, I know, right? Deep Blue is awesome. It smells so minty. It smells like a candy you'd want to eat. And I think that's also why it has the special lid on it, so children can't open it and just doesn't back. But Deep Blue comes in a bunch of forms. It comes in this oil. It comes in a touch, so it's diluted for you. It comes in the lotion rub that I saw Lindsay's holding up. That's actually the mode that we prefer. It's just easier to use and carry around with you. But Deep Blue is the soothing blend for doTERRA. And you use this just topically. You don't take it internally and you don't diffuse it. You really won't get any benefits in that regard. It's really for every kind of pain. So it's good for joint and muscle pain. It's really great if you have arthritis. It can really help you with managing the pain of arthritis. Post-surgery, I know a lot of people will use this around the area to help them with the pain of surgery. Athletes like it. A girlfriend of mine, she has turned a new leaf, and she's doing half marathons, and she's going in her first triathlon. And when she has pain from a long run, she actually massages the Deep Blue into her muscles. Feels a lot better. My husband and I both have sciatica pain. The rub is amazing for this.
Super awesome.
It's super awesome. And there's also a product, and I forgot to bring the bottle with me, but we just bought it this month. And so this product, the Deep Blue, if you take it in the oil, if you take it in the rub, it's a treat something as it's bothering you form. But you can also get the Deep Blue, there's a pill you can get, so a supplement that you can get.
Yeah, I didn't bring mine up either. Yeah.
I know, I forgot, and I packed a whole bag of stuff. But that one, you know, you can take that if you do have arthritis, or like my husband, he has bursitis in his shoulder. And then this he'll take every day, twice a day, and it will combat that from the inside out. And then he'll really only need to use the rub when he has something acting up or bothering him. And it's, like I said, one of the ones that really means a lot to our family. It's made him a believer in having natural, healthy solutions for his ailments, as opposed to taking the over-the-counter meds for it. So, love it.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. Okay, all right. So I am moving on. So I have got lemon, and I don't even know where lemon is. Here's lemon, upside down. So lemon is a pretty simple oil, but it's powerful. There's a multitude of stuff, kind of like every oil, right? Every oil, there's multiple uses. So right now I'm actually drinking lemon water, and that's not just for this video. That's because that's what I do all the time. And more so right now, I'm on a bit of doTERRA's cleanse. And so I'm drinking lemon water all throughout the day, whereas normally it's just kind of my morning thing. So aromatic, topical, and dietary use. In Canada, this is actually a natural health product. So meaning that it's been reviewed by Health Canada and approved for the claims that it claims, you know, and actually speaking of claims, because it's a natural health product, you could actually claim it on your benefits if you have that at work. So yeah, it's all things kind of cleansing. So whether it's your body, you know, taking it orally and kind of cleaning your system from the inside out, whether it be cleaning your home, so you can put it in a spray bottle and spray down surfaces and clean your home that way. You can cook with it and eat with it. So whether you're adding a little bit of lemon flavor and enhancement into food, you can do that. And then you also get the benefits of lemon as well. Anytime you're doing things hot or cooking, you want to be careful. So if you're putting this in like a tea, you want to let that tea just cool down a little bit before you put the oil into it, because when the water is too hot, it'll destroy the actual like elements of the oil. So you want to be careful with that. So you can take it, topically, internally. You can use it to clean furniture. You can use it as an anti-tarnisher. I've heard it like for cleaning silver, like silver teapots and things like that. It's really incredible. I just find it really refreshing. I love it in kind of blends and diffuser blends around the home as well, because I just find it really kind of energizing and uplifting. Yeah, this is a big seller. It's very kind of like simple and universal, and it's one of their big sellers. So that's lemon oil.
Awesome.
Great. Oregano. This was actually, oregano was actually one of my very first introductions into using essential oils many, many years ago, just through the health food store. But oregano is super fantastic for immunity and building up that immunity, especially this time of year when it's cold season, flu season. So you can take it internally. You can use it a drop in a glass of water, diluted to get it down. It doesn't taste great, to be honest. So lately I've been actually taking it, putting it one drop in a teaspoon and then putting some honey over top and taking it that way. Because it is super powerful. It has some burning to it. So when it gets on your lip or the top of your tongue, it can kind of, it's a burning sensation. But, or you can also, if you don't like the taste of it, is you can put a drop or two in a veggie cap and take it that way down with some water. But it's a really rich source of antioxidants. It's antibacterial, it's antifungal, it has antiviral properties. My mom just the other day, she had told me she got back home from a pedicure appointment that she had like a couple months ago. She's like, I think I have like a toenail fungus or something that I got. Which oil should I use? And oregano is really good for like fungus, that kind of thing too. It's excellent for cleaning. So as well, you can dilute, 5 to 10 drops in a spray bottle with water and dilute and spray any surfaces as well. So it's cleansing and it's purifying in your home too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is, I love it. I'm going to talk about Easy Air. So this is Easy Air in Canada. In the States, it's called Breathe. Same product, just different name. We use this at my house for my daughter. It's really great. It's the respiratory blend from DoTerra. It's great if you have asthma, COPD, sleep apnea. If you snore, like my husband, like a freight train, you will diffuse this in the bedroom. And that's how you would use this, aromatically or topically. You don't take this one internally. And Easy Air, it's just great for giving you just easy breathing. And it's also really great for anxiety, that heavy chest anxiety that some people feel. It opens up your airways and it helps you just take a nice deep breath. It also can be used to drain those sinuses. Like digestion that I mentioned. And the way that you would use this topically, rub it on your chest, rub it on your back. You can put it on your feet because we know the feet are one of the best ways to get essential oils into your body. Breathe also comes in a Breathe stick, which is a vapor stick, almost like that old Vicks Vapor Rub, except this is the all natural way to use it. And it smells amazing and it works really well. And then lastly, I just want to touch, you can also get these in the lozenge. If you have the kind of cold that's just hard to get a nice deep breath, these will open your airways in that way too. So very fundamental oil in our house. We love it.
Oh, I gotta get me some of the lozenges still.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good. And breathe. Like I would more so use digestion here and not breathe, because I did that one day, not really knowing what I was doing. And there's so much kind of eucalyptus and what have you in that breathe, I couldn't open my eyes for probably 3 minutes.
So I do it a little bit lower. Yeah, do it a little bit lower. Don't
keep breathe away from your eyes, because it's
keep
pretty
it away
powerful.
From your eyes.
Like and all oils, but it was but that oil, it's another one. Their blends are, I used to do a lot of my own blending, and now I just think, you know what, if they've got a blend, they've got the scientists and the professionals and the aromatherapists and the doctors who are really working on a scientific and molecular level, and they can do it better than me. And whenever there's a blend that they've done, it just, it's phenomenal. It meets my needs 100%. So cool, awesome. Okay, and in the interest of time, we're running out of time here. So I am going to very quickly touch on tea tree or melaleuca, depending what warehouse you're working in. So I just have the touch here. I use the touch on my face. Quite often after I've washed my face or I get out of the shower, I just kind of roll it all over my face. I travel a lot for swim meets, and whoever I'm sharing a room with is always wondering what I'm doing with the stick that I'm always rubbing around on my face. So I use it a lot for that. Of course, over the years, long before we ever really kind of used essential oils, like Lindsay was talking about, probably on a prior video, is that we've always kind of used tea tree oil on our skin, right? When we, even when we were teenagers and we're having outbreaks and stuff. So it's still really powerful for that. To take the oil, not the touch, but the actual bottle oil, and add 1 or 2 drops to water or in a veggie cap, it can really kind of help support a healthy immune system. You can use it for your fingernails and toenails, for any kind of fungus or to help them keep healthy. I kind of think about this as kind of another cleansing oil, right? So whether it's keeping the zits away, treating the zits, keeping my system healthy, tea tree or melaleuca is another powerful one. So, and that rounds out the top 10. So, unless you guys have anything to add about tea tree.
Do we have time?
I mean, we could. I should maybe ask that, because I don't know.
You have 10 seconds.
We have a minute.
Okay, no.
Okay, all right. So we will talk about these as we go as well. About each oil maybe in its bigger kind of idea and way you can use them as well as we go on with our teachings and our classes. But we just wanted to give you a quick overview of doTerra's top 10. So again, as you've heard of a multitude of ways to use each oil, and there's lots of crossovers and things like that, you can add these in. The top 10 will kind of fit everything that your family needs to get going and have a really powerful experience with oil. So from all of us, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we're signing off, and drop us a line if you need anything. Okay, thank you.
Bye.